Hi, this is Eli Camp over at Medicine Talk Pro, and welcome to this video, which is about setting up your mailing lists in Constant Contact. I'm just going to log in, which I've done over here, and point out to you that if you are just starting out with Constant Contact, one of the things you want to make sure that you do is come over to My Settings in Account. Also, when you first log in, you might have, so let me back up. So come to My Settings, and there'll be a number of things in here you want to make sure that you've filled out. And this makes sending emails a breeze once you start getting them formatted and stuff. So you've got Manage My Settings, Verify Address, and your email features. So you definitely want to do that. And then here, when you first log in, now I've got some things I've done, right? Some emails I've created as samples. But if you're just getting started, there'll be some items here that you need to work through in order to be ready to go. But I'm going to take you through some of those. So before you can send an email to everybody, you really need to have people to send emails to. And that is managed through this link up here on the menu called Contacts. Now, one of the first things you probably want to do in Contacts is set up a list. And I already have one called Monthly Newsletter, but just so I can show you how this works, you just come to the right here for email lists. You enter the name of a new list. So I'm going to call this Monthly News 2 and click Add List. Then you can actually click on the list you've just made. And now you're ready to add contacts. And there's a couple of ways that you can add contacts. You can type them in one at a time. You can paste them in, so copy and paste them, upload from a file, and then you can import from things like Gmail, Outlook. So I'm going to show you the upload from file. You can explore the others on your own. And if you click that, it's going to open up a place where you can browse to a list on your computer. So let's talk about the list for a minute because you'll want to get the list ready. Where do you get this list? Well, you may be doing it the old-fashioned way and you've got a spreadsheet of names and email addresses. You may have them all within some other mail program. You might have them in practice management software. You might have been using another service like MailChimp or iContact or Aweber or Infusionsoft. And so wherever you get them from, one thing that's very important is that you have a header row. So here on row 1, I have first name in one column, last name in the second column, and email in the third column. And that's really the minimum amount of information you need. If you'd like to collect more information, you can have that here. You really don't need it if what you're using Constant Contact for is to send out your monthly newsletter, or if you break the monthly newsletter into weekly pieces. But having this header row is important. The other thing to tell you is that you want to make sure that when you export your contacts from some other service in order to get this file, you export first name, last name, and email address. You can save it, so I'll show you here in Constant Contact, you have choices. It can be an old Excel spreadsheet, a new Excel spreadsheet. They also have VCF, CSV, and TXT. Oftentimes, in practice management software or in other programs you're exporting from, CSV is one of the options they'll give you, and that is a very good option. So this file I'm working on right now, you can see is a .csv. So anyway, this is the file that I'm going to use to show you how to import. So I'm going to browse on my computer to this email list, and just take me a second to get there. Okay, it's called my fake email list. So once I double click it from where I stored it on my computer, you're going to get a screen like this. And it's going to try and match the best that it can. But with that header row, it will tell you, oh, this is easy. The computer recognizes this in your spreadsheet, and it's going to match. And so first name, you can see, is matching wonderfully. Last name matches wonderfully, and my email address. So once and you can change this. So if you happen to put last name first, you could change the column to say last name or first name. But mine is good. It's ready to go, so I can hit continue. It's going to ask you to confirm that you have consent. And it's going to say, well, where should we add these contacts? Now, you can choose more than one list to add them to, which is a really nice thing about Constant Contact. So I'm just going to put them on monthly news, and then I'll click upload, and it's going to upload them to that list. And there we go. So now I have a list of people on my email list, monthly news to, that I can now send an email to, which is otherwise known as a campaign. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.